Hi there, I hope you are having an incredible day, and I have a question for you. Do you have a business of some sort, whether it's an online business or maybe you're a chiropractor or a health practitioner, and you are always looking for more ways to increase the number of leads you have, the number of sales you have, to really crush your follow-up? Well, if that's you, you're in luck. Because today I am going to teach you some persuasion techniques from NLP, Neuro-Linguistic Programming, and my name is Susan Sly, and I am a certified NLP coach, and I'm going to teach you a little formula that you can use and begin to implement. So before I do, first and foremost, I want to welcome you. If you are new to watching me live, I'm always here every single Monday, and I'm teaching you techniques in terms of how to navigate life and business. And if there's something I learned that I can do to assist you, I am more than happy to be sharing it with you. I do have a couple of announcements before I get into our content, so this is a great time for you to listen, grab a pen so you can take some notes. And the first announcement I have is that I am doing a live event September 29th. It's called Sales Nirvana. And it's here in Phoenix. And I want you to imagine that, when it comes to sales, and it's great to see you, Linda and Raquel, it's great to see Nicole. When it comes to sales, being able to really have a great experience and to have a connecting experience, that's what we all desire. And people don't, if you want to write this down, people aren't buying from us because of our product or service, but they're buying from us because of how we make them feel. And NLP, Neuro-Linguistic Programming, can really assist you with that. And so I have a background in sales. Many years ago, I was on radio, I was on television, I owned my own health club. From there, I went to work for the largest health club chain in the world, and I very quickly took my sales team to #1 out of 444 clubs, and I taught them these techniques that I'm going to be sharing. And I have been a top sales producer, I've been a digital marketer, I've also crushed it in network marketing, and so these are the techniques I love to share. And so I'm going to be doing that event live, and it's salesnirvana.com, again in Phoenix, on September 29th. And I have bad news for you. It's 25% sold out already. Ook. Anyway. Also, on September 8th, I am going to be in New Jersey, and I'm so excited. I'm going to be with my amazing seven-figure girlfriends, Kathy Savage and Lisa DeMeo, and we're doing an event called Empowered Women Unite. And we are all certified coaches, and that event is really to assist women with breaking through any of the barriers that are holding them back from really crushing it. And so you can go to that empoweredwomenunite.com and check that out. And if you register for an event ticket, we're going to give you, we just completed a 6-week group coaching class. It was unbelievable. Kathy was coaching just in body image, and I was coaching in terms of how to get through anything that's holding you back from your life's purpose. Lisa was sharing really how to navigate life, kids, business, and still finish on top. So we're going to give you all of those 6 sessions. So that's valued at $297 for free with your one-day event ticket. So it's empoweredwomenunite.com. So let's get into the goods. So sales can be uncomfortable at times, and the reality is, whether you are a pastor raising money for your church, or you are in some form of digital marketing, and you're looking for better ways to really connect with your ideal customer and client and provide value, or you are a makeup artist looking for referrals to grow your brand, or you're a chiropractor who wants to get more patients in the door, the reality is we are all in some form of sales. And sales isn't an ugly word. All it is, really and truly, in my definition, is when we are connecting our amazing products and services with our ideal customer and client. And the more seamless we can make it, the more value we can provide to a person, the better it's going to feel. So many years ago, I became enraptured with the study of neuro-linguistic programming. It was actually back in university when I was doing my undergrad degree. I started when I was 16 years old. I know, kind of like Doogie Howser. And I started doing a science degree in psychology, and I was just like enthralled with this concept of how, through our words, through our body language, through our ability to use certain words and phrases, or how we connected words and phrases, that we could actually shift someone's neurology. And from there, After university, I don't know if you believe this or not, but it's God's honest truth. I went to work in the correctional system in Canada. And can you imagine, on a daily basis, there I was with federal inmates. And then I went in to work in psych testing. And so I would be sitting in small rooms with these offenders, and I'd be administering the Rorschach test, that's the ink blots, the DSM-3R, we were back in the 3 in those days. And I really learned at a very high level that if I didn't manage the state in that room, that it could actually become very dangerous for me. And kudos to anyone who works in law enforcement. I love you, my brothers and sisters. And so you have to understand that when we're in a situation, whether it is we're selling or we're negotiating, and check out my podcast, Fox News contributor Greg Williams, the master negotiator. He was on my show. It released today on iTunes. It's an incredible one. He's talking about how to deal with bullies or how to come out ahead when you're in negotiation. Whatever situation you're in, the first step is you always want to control the state, control the emotions. And I've done a lot of trainings with Tony Robbins. I've also done events where I've been speaking with Tony Robbins. And Tony is masterful at this. And he has also did NLP training back in the day with the founders of NLP, which were Bandler and Grinder. And if you look at how Tony masterfully controls a room, then you understand NLP at its fullest. And his event, Unleash the Power Within, is essentially 4 days of, just going through the formula that I'm about to teach you right now. And so you have the ability at any time to shift a person's neurology, how they interact with you using these techniques. And so when we're together on the 29th of September, if you're coming to Phoenix, and I have people flying in from all over North America, I'm going to be doing this with you live. I'm also teaching a class in NLP. It's 4 90-minute sessions where I'm teaching it live. And that you can find out more about on my website, www.theagency8.com. That's my agency site, and you can find out more. So with that, and hey Tish, it's great to see you. Tish is keeping everyone going live, and I love it. Hi Janet, good afternoon to you too, love. So let's get into the formula. So the first thing we want to do in any sales situation is talk about universal problems that people can relate to. So for the people, hey Nicoletta, so for the people who are, your avatar, your ideal customer, that person that you're connecting with, what are their pain points? Because the more you can bring them closer to the pain and they understand that you understand their pain, the faster it is that they're going to begin to trust you. So let me give you an example of this. So let's say, for example, that you work with a company and you have a weight loss program. And so you can't assume everyone wants the same things. But let's say you are talking to a group of girlfriends and they're all like, they've had kids and it's mom bod and they're muffin tops. Then you can begin to say something like this. And my favorite way to start this conversation is with 3 words: you know how. So you might say something like this: girls, you know how, we've had our babies and our bodies just don't feel the same. They haven't necessarily snapped back. And sometimes we look in the mirror and things aren't where they're supposed to be. And it can be frustrating. And the reality is we don't feel like ourselves. And so, and they'll be nodding. I use that technique a lot myself. Let's say another example. Let's say you're a realtor and you have a client that is maybe coming to you and they're, trying to sell their home, and they're, maybe they're a little scared and they're putting a lot of trust in you because this sale is really important. And I have 20 luxury realtors who just signed up to come to my event September 29th. I love working with realtors. And you might say something like this: you know how when your home is on the market, it can be so challenging because you've got to keep it clean, you've got to keep your kids in line. It can be daunting because you're wondering what people are thinking. And so as you begin to bring people in and understanding what their potential pain points are, they're going to go, wow, she gets me, or wow, he gets me. I'll give you another example. Let's say you're an athlete and you're working with, you're wanting, one of my clients is a former pro athlete, and he really wants to work with athletes. So I was helping him write some NLP copy for a landing page he's building. And I said something, like this, how we used to be at the top of our game and we made a very significant income. And then suddenly when our career was over, people stopped thinking about us and the bills were still there, but the money wasn't there. But all we were left with were aches and pains. Stop beating around the bush. Start speaking to people as if you understand them, because here's the thing I want to say to you. You do understand them. Why are you dancing around the pain? Start talking about the pain so that people trust you faster. You don't want to be saying stuff like, oh, just use my product. It's all well and good. It's all great. The best sales copy in the world, and I'm actually teaching tonight a NLP sales copy training for people who build lead pages, landing pages, digital marketing, network marketing. Unfortunately, you can't register for that anymore. Registration's closed. It's going to be awesome. But that's the kind of stuff we're talking about, is how do you write in that regard? And I look at a lot of companies out there and they're still like, buy my product, it's amazing. That isn't going to cut it anymore. People are too high conscious. They understand how this stuff works. So the first step in this formula, what are the universal problems that your avatar can relate to? The second step is, what are other things that don't work? Now, never, ever, ever put another company down for your personal gain. This drives me nuts. I had someone message me today and they were putting down something that I use to make something else look better, and it ticks me off because I totally believe in the golden rule. I read with Sunday school, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. So never ever put down a company or a person to make yourself look better. I have no trust or respect for anyone who does that. But what you can do is something like this. So let's go back to the weight loss example. So girls, our bodies aren't the same. And, now the second step is to say, and we try so many things. We go to the gym, we hire trainers, and yet, we still look the same, right? So there's pointing out other things that aren't necessarily working without shaming a person or a company. If you are with me, give me a heart right now or a thumbs up if you totally understand that concept, okay? If you're a person who shames other people, please don't come to my lives, because I love you, and until you get yourself together and stop doing that, please don't come here, okay? This is for people who want to grow businesses and have an amazing vertical without making anyone else feel bad, okay? So the next step, let's say going back to the athlete. So, so maybe we, going back to that athlete example I gave. So, we were at the top of our game. The bills are still coming in. We think about franchising. We think about going back to school. Well, now what if there is another way, right? So this is what the top sales trainers do. This is what the top speakers do from stage. This is what I use myself when I'm doing any kind of sales presentation from stage. It's the same thing. I actually broke a whole company website. They asked me to sell their next event, and I was like, guys, do you really want me to sell your event? And they were like, oh, we do. And I actually broke the entire company website because I did the same formula. So step number one is what? What are the universal problems people can relate to? Number two is, what are other things that don't work? And then number three, hey, Jeffrey, hey, Bruce, the number three thing is, what is my solution and why is it different? And it doesn't matter who you follow in the digital marketing world, this is the same formula all the best copywriters are using. So what is my solution and why is it different? Well, I've come up with a 7-step formula to help you begin to create an extra $500 to $1,000 a month from home, right? That could be a way you do it. Or Nicole West, who's a brilliant makeup artist, I have come up with a signature color line that can make you look amazing, even regardless of what's going on with your skin or your, no matter what. I've come out with a brand new ebook that can help NFL players navigate the post-NFL career. I have come up with a video series that can help you get the lean body you want and feel amazing. That's how the flow works. That's the third thing. And then the fourth step is to provide evidence. So what are the evidence? So we teach our clients at this stage, this is where they want to use endorsements and testimonials. Evidence is so important to people. Actually, I don't mind telling you guys anything about my businesses. So earlier, just before I got on this Facebook Live, Diana and I were on with our web designer, and we have these great new client videos, and we're like, these videos need to go here because this is social proof. And I actually had someone who said, social proof doesn't matter. matter? No, my friends, social proof is 100% everything. People want to know. They want to know other people who've had a great experience working with you, and you have to be able to provide it. And so if you watch any of the amazing trainers on stage, or if you have the privilege to get to work with me live, you're going to see me use it all the time. I use it in my Facebook lives. I use this formula, and I could charge you and say, hey, you need to pay me a lot of money to be able to get this information, but I am giving it to you free today. And hopefully, thank you, Janet. Yes, number 4 is evidence. Now, if I do want to give you a 5th bonus one, would you guys like a 5th bonus one? So if you are in any kind of nutritional product space, and it doesn't matter if it's internal nutrition, skincare, whatever it is, it could be essential oils, that the 5th thing that's always a good idea if you have it would be any kind of clinical studies or medical endorsements, because people who are very left brain analytical, that's what they want. So that's the formula, and I would just encourage you guys to use it. If this video has been great, I would love to read your comments, because I do read all of your comments. If it's been powerful for you, I would recommend that you share it. And just so you know, I do read all the comments. I do pay attention to who's sharing and everything. And so with that, if you have a topic that you would like me to cover on a live, I would love to assist you. So with that, God bless. Go out and rock your day. I'd love to connect with you. And I forgot to mention, on Tuesdays, if you go to susansly.com, I write a lot about work-life balance, about how to navigate life and build businesses and things like that, from a mom of 5 who has done it and navigated all of those things. And so my weekly e-zine, it comes out on Tuesdays, and the one I am writing about this week is about how do you turn your pain into your purpose. And so that's what I'm writing about. So you can go to susansly.com. My subscribers get discounts on all my classes. So my NLP course, the early bird pricing does end this Friday. So my subscribers will get coupon codes. They get discounts at my events. They get all sorts of cool stuff. So with that, God bless. Take care. I love you. And I wish you every success. Navigating life and business isn't always easy, but I think the world needs more startups, more solopreneurs, more people who are defying the odds and crushing it, and doing it in a way where they are not, using anyone else to create personal gain, but being able to do it in a way that they're actually reaching out and helping others and creating amazing value. So with that, take care, God bless, and I will see you next week. Mwah.